When it comes to everyone's favorite Nexus, it pretty much boils down to the Nexus 5. So in 2015, Google decided to let's reimagine it. And with that, we have the Nexus 5X. So this is pretty much a refreshed Nexus 5 to match the standards and specs and features that of 2015. So we're gonna let you know how well it holds up and where it stands in the line of mid-range Android devices. So just like the Nexus 5 before it, the 5X is similar in design and craftsmanship. It has a polycarbonate rear shell, plastic front that is still durable. You got Gorilla Glass display to kind of take on the cracks and everything. So it's not the same type of plastic. It's a better feeling plastic, but it's still plastic. The frame is a little bit bigger as it's now 5.2-inch frame, and still small enough for those of you who prefer smaller phones to wield one single-handedly without any types of things. And with the 5X mirroring that of the Nexus 5, you still have a 1080p display. So it's the LCD, 5.2 inches as we said before, with 423 pixels per inch. So you still get great visuals, still get great color reproduction, good sharpness. Of course, you're going to miss out on some of the vibrancy that you may see in AMOLED displays or just better resolution in 2K displays, but it's still a solid display. So with this kind of being a mid-level Nexus device, you're not going to get the fastest chipset inside. So inside is a 1.8 gigahertz 64-bit Snapdragon 808 hexa-core CPU coupled with 2 gigs of RAM. So LG's been using the hell out of this 808 CPU in pretty much all of their devices, all of their somewhat flagship devices this year. So I would love to see either another gig of RAM or another CPU inside to make this a little bit better. Because you will, you do get a bit of lag and a slight stutters and doing different things in comparison to the 6P. But like I said, if you love LG and the Moto X, and if you like how they perform, this will perform pretty much the same way because that's the same chipset inside. So they definitely repaired the problem of the Nexus 5 with having a shitty battery. So you're gonna get, so I've gotten 12 to 13 hours with heavy usage, close to 20 with moderate. So, that's all thanks to Doze and App Standby. They handle better battery life. So battery problem of the past has been solved. Just like the 6P, the 5X also has 2.0 aperture, 12.3 megapixel Sony sensor, laser autofocus, dual LED flash, and this has a 5 megapixel front-facing shooter. So you're still gonna, you're gonna get great photos in a variety of environments thanks to the larger micron pixels. You will get occasional grain at times, but with HDR, you're gonna get awesome photos 9 times out of 10. Camera apps, new camera app is minimal. So you have no manual mode on board, no iOS, but you have video stabilization on board. You still get great quality video in HD, 4K, or slow motion, whichever you prefer. Definitely making this the perfect update for those of you still clutching to your old Nexus 5. New fingerprint scanner on the rear on the Nexus imprint is off to a great start. It's lightning fast. You can place your finger on the reader in your pocket, unlock it as soon, it'll be unlocked before you can take it out your pocket. Definitely sits among the iPhones in the Galaxy as far as a great fingerprint scanner. For their first reader out the gate, it's just pretty damn good job. So if it's new Nexus, it means new software to go along with it. So enter Android 6.0 Marshmallow. The biggest goodie inside, you have Google Now on tap, and it brings you the power of Google anywhere on your phone. So if you're in an app or messaging or even on the browser, just long press the home button to bring it up. It only works some of the time though, unfortunately. So, if you expect to use the hell out of it, it's probably not gonna work. But with future updates, they can fix that, no problem. Battery life will definitely improve thanks to Doze and App Standby, as we mentioned before. Doze puts a resting device in sleep mode, while App Standby pauses any apps while in standby mode. And then minor changes, you get more control of app permissions, new app launcher, a new look for copy, cut, paste, a bit more do not disturb options, and a new layout for volume controls. We gave the 5X an A-. At the end of the day, Google and LG listened to the fans and gave them exactly what they wanted. It's more powerful, has a better battery inside, and a better camera, ending all qualms you might have had about it. Although me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of the 808 CPU. I think that's the only thing that I'm prevented us from giving it a higher grade, but it's still a good device. It's not, like I said, it's not terrible, it just could be a little bit better. If you still use the 5X and love it, this is made just for you. But if you're also one of those in search for a budget device that has it all, this is also an option you might want to consider. So as always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We thank you so much for watching, liking, and subscribing. It helps out a lot. We truly appreciate it. And take care.